Hello, in this video what we're going to do is extend what we've already got right now. So if you don't have this, feel free to go back to the previous video on initiating a new thread. So we're going to extend this so we have our own class that allows us to create our own threads manually. This is a new system of doing things. So first of all, we need to import the threading module, not the old underscore thread module. So for the define time function, we'll make a few modifications to that. We'll need to have the class here, so let's just do time func first because it's sort of already done. So thread name, delay, that's all good, but we're going to specify a counter as well to make it a bit more dynamic. And what we're going to do is say while counter, and we're going to say if exit flag, and I haven't created exit flag yet, just bear with me, I'll do it right now actually. Exit flag equals 0, so by default it'll be 0. If exit flag, then we're going to do thread dot exit, and time sleep delay, that's fine. Printing it out like so is also fine. But instead of the counter being like that, what we'll do is do counter minus equals, because we're doing the opposite. We are specifying it in the function call now. So this is going to change as well, but before we change that, we need to create our thread class. So we do class, I'm going to call it epic thread. Whenever I say thread in these tutorials, it makes me, in my head I'm hearing thread, F-R-E-D, the name. So it's going to be threading.thread. And in here, we're going to define the init method. If any of this is a bit confusing regarding the init method and the self keyword, feel free to go to our classes videos and check them out. So thread ID, name, and counter. And in here, what we're going to do is threading dot thread dot underscore init underscore self dot thread ID equals thread ID, and we're going to do self dot name equals name. So we're just keeping track of all of this within the class. So it allows us to have a more dynamic way of keeping track of it, creating more threads, and just using them. So it's just a better management of classes than what we did in the previous video. Now we're going to create another method, call it run, and self, and we're going to do print, and in here we're going to print starting the self.name, so we just print what thread we're actually starting. I'm going to call the time function from here, the time function, self.name and self.counter, and we're going to specify 3. So this is how many times we want it to run. You could have it 5, you could have it 10. I think in the previous video we did it at 5. So print exiting and plus self.name. So if we save that, we go down. We need to mainly get rid of this because we've got our own thread now, so we're not going to use the start new thread method that's built in. We're going to do thread1 equals epic thread. So we're creating a new thread object here, and we specify 1 like so. So this will just be the the thread. What we're going to do is now we are going to specify. So we specify the thread ID. We need to specify the name and the counter. So the name is thread number 1, comma 1, so that's the counter. To almost done, and now we just need to change to thread 2. We need to put thread 1 dot start, and now we just need to do thread join, so it joins the queue, join. Now we'll just put exit the thread. Now let's run it and see if we get any errors. Probably have so far no errors. So starting thread number 1, thread number 2, exit the threads. So we've essentially created a more dynamic thread class that we can extend over the next couple of videos where we will be synchronizing threads and having multi-threaded priority queues. So feel free to go over this again. If there's any question you have, feel free to reach out and I'll help you. And as usual, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.